clown had all of their cell phones, and he took three of them and put them into a microwave. And
not all of them.
Not all of them, just three of them, which was kind of strange to me. And he
Maybe
turned on
it's
the
a smaller
microwave.
microwave, like it wouldn't be able to fry 4.
He was like, the last time I fried some phones, put 4 in instead of 3, and it was a huge thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's my chosen reason. Is he
You're
learned
gonna
his
go that way?
lesson
Yeah,
before,
so-
and he wants to properly vaporize them.
This is Opening Kill. The following program contains mature content, explicit language, and detailed discussion of on-screen deaths. Spoilers are unavoidable. Listener discretion is advised.
And welcome to Opening Kill, episode 59. And we are here with Michael Duran, of course, my lovely co-host. How you doing, Michael?
Lovely as ever, really. I'm doing fantastic. I did jack my knee up a little bit playing softball, so my knee's super bruised, and I've been kind of complaining about that to Hannah. But other than that, things are great.
Cool. My name is Brian O'Connor, Michael's lovely co-host on the podcast, and I did not jack up my knee this week, so I'm doing okay. And we are joined by, thank you, we are joined by one of our best friends, our favorite guest. It is horror author Stephanie Rose. Hello, Stephanie.
Thank you so much for having me back again. I'm so happy to be here. Your favorite guest, jeez. That's a big honor to me. Thank you. I appreciate that we're all that weird and we bond over so much wonderfully grotesque horror. It's great to be back.
We definitely do. So what have you been up to?
This weekend, I am trying not to get sick. My husband is sick, and I'm like, get away from me. And I can feel myself like fighting it off. It's trying to fight it off because I'm in the middle of editing Twisted Tales, the second one, and also incorporating some beta feedback, watching some movies, taking some notes. I watched Haunt. I hadn't watched it since Halloween. Still, and this time I actually watched it. I didn't have my laptop open or anything. I really enjoyed the afternoon after editing and writing all weekend. So just kind of doing that, just chilling and relaxing, watching stuff, distracting from the horrible world. But that's, I think, what everyone's trying to do on their weekends.
Yeah,
I think so.
that sums it up.
So besides Haunt, Michael, did you see anything else worth mentioning before we dive in here?
Yeah, I watched The Crazies from the early 2000s. I'd never seen it, even though I've heard nothing but good things about it, and I think it was really good. It's for some reason I thought it was PG-13. So when I started watching it, and then like I heard an F-bomb, I'm like, okay, that must be the only one. And then they kept coming. I was like, wait a second, I don't think this is PG-13. And for whatever reason, that's why I hadn't watched it in so long. I'm like, I've heard it's good, but I don't really care. I've got other things to watch. But It's not PG-13, so if that's holding you back from seeing it, you should watch it. It's, I think, one of the best. It's kind of zombie-like movies. It's not usually my favorite subgenre, but I really, really like this one. Timothy Olyphant, even though, and I always get him and Josh Duhamel mixed up because they're the same type of like vanilla yogurt, same face and everything. Yeah. But I really, really like Timothy Olyphant. And I think that he doesn't get as much love as he deserves. So love Timothy Olyphant and watch The Crazies.
Okay.
That's my message for this week.
That's well, it's a decent message, damn it.
I thought so.
I actually did a rewatch. I went back to 2011 and watched Sanctum. This was a movie that was produced by James Cameron. Underwater cave diving team experiences a life-threatening crisis during an expedition to the unexplored and least accessible cave system in the world. And I mean, he does a lot of great underwater work, James Cameron. And this was good. It wasn't quite as good as like the Avatars and the Titanics and the other water-based films he's done. But I liked it. Wasn't a 5-star movie, but still, I remember watching it when it came out. And I think that's actually the last time that I had seen it. So I gave it another watch, and doesn't seem like my opinion has changed too much of it, for it. So it's, not a bad, if you have nothing else to watch, I mean, why not?
Yeah, that's fair. I like I watched the Avatar: Way of Water for the first time this year because I had seen on TikTok the new one, and like the new Avatar girl that everyone was kind of like being like, this is the hottest person ever. And so I was watching the Way of Water. It's a beautiful film. It could have been an hour and a half, not much. There's so much just nonsense in there. Oh, we're gonna watch them play with a whale for literally an hour and a half. I'm like, okay, that could have been chopped down. But I was a little uncomfortable with how attracted to Navi I am.
I think you've told me that before, and I'm
Yeah.
just as appalled now as I was when you told me originally. So yeah. But that's okay.
Well,
To each their own, right? I'm not going to judge out loud too much, but yeah.
I mean, one is played by Kate Winslet, so excuse the hell out of me.
That's true. Well, if you'd said that to
Beautiful.
begin with, then
Right. You should have led with Kate Winslet. Come on.
Thank you.
Well, I wanted to see where everyone's judgment zone was, and it was pretty judgy, so I had to whip out Kate Winslet.
I didn't say shit.
You did
That
it.
was all Brian.
Yeah.
I would like to share something I watched, if that's okay.
Please.
Since we're doing that part of the podcast, I just went to see on Thursday afternoon. My husband and I went to see The Bride, and since it's International Women's Day, I thought I would mention that one because it's female director, female lead, and she really is the lead. Like Christian Bale, he's Frankenstein in it. He's Frankie, but like it's you forget it's Christian Bale. I thought it was excellent, really fun. Not horror, it's more, thriller, noir, kind of like a take on Bonnie and Clyde in a way. But I did makeup for it for the thing, and I posted it on my stories because I like to do that for movies. And I didn't know that part of the makeup is actually something that leads to kind of a revolution going on in the movie. And that's not really in the trailer, but it doesn't really spoil anything because it really is a really beautiful part of the film. But I really liked it a lot, and I think that's a really good one that I just watched. And I just wrote down Sanctum because I had not seen that one, and I love those kinds of movies. So I was like, and adding that. And The Crazies is a very good movie around that time. I personally love Timothy Oliphant, and he is a porn director in The Girl Next Door, and a lot of people forget that. It's hilarious. One of the last lines of the movie is "Let's make some fucky fucky," and he's like this on set, and it's hilarious. He's not the star of the movie at all, but he's like it's a teen movie, but it's got like crime and stuff too. It's a really fun movie. A lot of people didn't see it. It was around the early 2000s as well.
I haven't seen it, but I know what it is. Like I've seen the cover and everything, and it is in my watch list. I just haven't gotten around to it. I didn't know he was in it.
Yes.
But I'm glad to hear The Bride is good because I've heard very mixed things. I still want to see it. Critics' reviews don't really hold much weight with me. I like to form my own thing, but I was kind of surprised. I thought it was going to get very critically praised, so I was a little bit surprised with the mix of it.
I think I know why some people don't like it, but I don't want to say anything because I don't want to taint anything going in. It's just a stylistic choice of storytelling and I had to ask Ken, like, well, sometimes I feel so stupid. Like, I don't get the point of this movie. And he's like, it was this theme and this one and this one, and this meant this. And I'm like, how do you just know that? I write stories and I can't do that, Like that makes me feel sad that I don't know it. But there's a lot of themes in this and the way he interpreted it. And then I looked it up and other people do as well interpret it that way. It's like, oh, I didn't even get that when I was watching it, but I still enjoyed it the way that I interpreted it, which was something a different way. Again, don't want to say too much about it because it just came out. This isn't like been out months or even years or anything. It's been out 2 or 3 days. So I will not. But I think that if you have an open mind and you like horror characters perceived in different ways and set in different time periods, like the 30s, I think that this will be up your alley. Like if you liked Dark Knight, like that kind of thing, like just like very like inner city, like prostitutes and things like that kind of thing that was going on with and just like Penelope Cruz as a side character. I'm like, that's your side character? Like they definitely spent too much money on this movie, and they're saying that is that it was a $90 million. I'm like, well, they had some big people in it and they were side characters, so they didn't need that. Like that role wasn't needed in my opinion. I loved it, but it could have been an indie actor and I wouldn't have known the difference because the lines were good enough and it was still leading the story somewhere. So but that's it for what I've watched. I don't want to go on too much about that.
So
Sorry. I just wanted to let you
that
guys know that.
that is a movie I still want to see it, The Bride. It didn't have a great box office weekend. It came in third behind Scream 7, and then Hoppers was
Mhm.
number 1 this weekend. But you're
Well,
right, $80 million budget, and
Yeah.
worldwide it's made about 13.5. So not looking good, but it's still something. When I heard about this movie, it was something I definitely wanted to check out. I think it was either my scare preview a while back or yours, Michael, but I know
yeah, it
we
was
had
one of
talked
ours.
about it. Yeah. So, yeah, again, whatever the box office does, I don't really care. I don't care about critics' reviews. I will go and, if I don't see it in theaters, I will definitely watch it. It's on my list. So, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, going up against a Pixar movie is never an easy fate if you want to make money at the box office.
Or Scream 7.
Or Scream
For
7, yeah.
So yeah, for sure. Let's get into this week's movie. It is 2019's Haunt. This was a movie suggested to us by Stephanie several weeks ago, and we were like, hell yeah, let's do that one. So we are. It was directed and written by Scott Beck and Brian Woods, released September 13th, 2019, 92 minutes with a rating of R. It was filmed on location in Kentucky, Illinois, and Ohio with some pickup shots in Los Angeles, California. Stars Katie Stevens, Will Brittain, Lauren, Alice, Lisa McLean, and Andrew Lewis Caldwell. Budget was $5 million. Did not make that back. $2.2 million is what it made, and its tagline:
Oof.
"Some monsters are real." And it was nominated for a couple of Popcorn Frights Awards, including Best Feature and Popcorn Frights Audience Award. So got some recognition. I think it's underrated. And why it didn't make back its budget, not real sure, because this is a movie I really enjoyed. So, and just in a nutshell, on Halloween, a group of friends encounter an extreme haunted house that promises to feed on their darkest fears. The night turns deadly as they come to the horrifying realization that some nightmares are real. Well, there we go. Let's jump into it. And Stephanie, if you
Indeed.
would like to take the lead.
We open up. It's Halloween night. I have the cast list in front of me because there's way too many people who I don't know in this, and I hate that. So I'm glad I have a cast list. Bailey is home with she has a couple roommates, and there's a dude being a twat outside, and we find out that it's her roommate's boyfriend, and Harper is the one, and she is covering a bruise. So we know her boyfriend's an asshole. One, he detrimented a pumpkin on Halloween, which is like, why you gotta be so rude? That's not cool. Because she wouldn't text him
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
Psycho.
Yeah.
So they decide, she's like, come on, come out with us. Let's go out. And she's like, I don't really want to go out. And she's like, come on, let's go. We'll have fun. And it'll take your mind off things. And she almost sends a text to her boyfriend saying, we're over, or this is over, something like that. And she doesn't send it. Her friend like writes it. And she's like, no, don't do that. And then she's like, hit send before they go out to the club. So they're at this club. It's like the coolest club ever. I'm sorry, I clubbed. I didn't see anything like this where I was at, but it was a really cool club. They have like a VIP table and they're hanging out and stuff. And I always love these kinds of movies because you have a big scene with lots of costumes. So that's great. And so you can kind of look around the room at different things. So she's like, I don't have a costume. And then they put her hood on. She has a red hoodie on. It's kind of pivotal in the film. They use it a lot. And so she's like, "Oh, your Red Riding Hood," and I think the guy that she meets ends up saying like she could be E.T. She had a basket or something. That might have been a joke in that
Yes.
movie, or it could have been another movie. Who knows? But yeah, she's hanging out. She sees this guy across who knows her roommate, so she goes over to the guy. She crawls on the disgusting bar floor, and she goes over to this guy, and she's like, "Hey, you called me over." No, and he was actually just getting a drink, but which is cool though. They put him in this role where he was like, "Hey, oh, so you know her," and they kind of chit chat for a little bit. She ends up going outside, sees a total creeper like by the fence, and like he's got like a red kind of robe and it over, and then of course misdirection. She looks over here, then he's gone, and the guy that she was just talking to inside comes out and's like, "Oh, I don't think you should go home." She's like, "I think I should call Lyft." She like opens the Lyft app on her phone, and then we don't know how long they're gonna to take because she like it covers that part of it. So we don't really know how close she is to home at that point, which is kind of a weird way to do it. But then it just cuts to her leaving with her friends. No explanation. She's just peer pressure. Let's do it. So she gets in the car. As they're walking to the car, they're thinking about what they're going to do next. Are they going to go get food? Let's go get food at the food trucks they would have lived. Let's go over here to this haunted maze that's still open. I know people there. You're going to get in for free. Go there and you're not going to get killed. Nope. Our really funny guy in a horror situation steps on a flyer and it's for a extreme haunted house. And that is the only information they know about it. And they're in the car and they're like, sure, let's go there. And he puts his lift on so to try to charge his friends, which I thought was pretty funny. So they're all crammed in this car and they're chatting and stuff and everything. And then Harper is definitely paranoid this whole time. She's just very like, like she's been through a lot of trauma. And I don't know that, Michael, you'll have to jump in when we get flashbacks. That's one thing I'm really hard keeping track of. I don't think we've gotten any flashbacks yet, except just her
Not
house,
yet.
like just the
Not
outside of her
yet, yeah.
house. Yeah, so those are things like there are flashbacks to her childhood. We get more and more of knowing what she went through. So for right now, I won't say much about it, but just that she's very alert, at least to her boyfriend. We do know that he has hit her. So she thinks
Yeah.
she's being followed. She pulls over and they just happen to be right next to the place, which I think is kind of weird. But this nice sign by the end of the road just says haunted house and like
It's
a
just,
construction kind of sign that just lights
And
up.
it just
And
pops
they're
on
like,
out of nowhere,
just
right?
pops on. Yeah, after they
Yeah.
realize they're not being followed or whatever, it just turns on. Oh, there it is. So, they get out of the car and they put their stuff away. Of course, don't bring the bat with you. That would have been a great weapon earlier, but I get it. You don't put that kind of stuff in. So they get up there and then we get the rules if they want to come in. Creep or clown guy, and they do see a group go in. Like they're
Yep.
not just like you have to look at that part because if you look away, you miss it. And it's just this group that goes in before them. We don't just hear them; we do see a normal kind of group of friends go in. So
Yep.
now they're up there. He's standing there in a clown mask, one of the scarers. And they're like, "Hey, we want to go in your establishment, your super shady establishment or something." The kind of big friend guy says, and he's the one that drove them, the Lyft guy. And and then she's like, "Can we please go in?" or whatever. So then he does a hand trick for her, and then he does this, and he pulls behind her ear a key. And it's a lockbox key, so she opens it up. She gets forms out, and the last rule at the bottom of the consent form, which you have to do these at some of these extreme haunted houses, so it's very real, is you have to keep your cell phone outside. You have to put it in this thing, and they give you a key, and so you can get it after.
Yeah,
So
that's
that is the
insane to
big
me.
thing. Yeah.
I would
You want
not.
to take over, Michael? I don't want to go too far without you jumping in.
You'd be good, but like that would be like a huge red flag for me. I'm like, I'm not giving up my phone. Like you're fucking insane. Like
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so like and like my favorite part of their friend group is the guy who's driving them. He's played by this guy who was he made his first appearance I knew him from was from Hannah Montana. He played this guy named Thor who has a cockatoo named Snowball. And that was my introduction to so when I saw this guy, I was like, oh, it's Thor. And he plays a very different character.
His name is Evan.
Evan, yeah.
Yep. That is
and
Andrew
he's
Lewis
dressed
Caldwell.
he's dressed as the front end of a human centipede.
Yeah, because that's the other conversation. Oh, they want to eat ass all night. Boom.
Yeah.
Mic drop. That was a good insult.
Yeah,
the
he's
bottom
pissed
and
because they got
the top left him.
Yep. He got abandoned by the rest of the centipede. He's such a
Which
funny
is great
character in
because
this.
as somebody who's watching this, you could think it's just a normal slasher, and then you're getting these kind of deeper references. You're like, okay, this group's pretty cool. If they're laughing at a joke he's making about being human centipede, that does give me a nice okay, I like this group. They seem pretty cool, kind of thing.
It is something the group does feel very real. I think they give just enough character, development for each of them to make them not just one-dimensional beings. And I do enjoy that the girl with the shitty costume, Harper, ends up with a boy with a shitty costume because her date that she met is just dressed as a fucking baseball player. Like, come on, dude.
Yeah. And they gave him the worst he did win worst costume. So that's why that was his icebreaker. He went outside and was like, hey, I thought we could share this. I won worst costume because they both made jokes about it. And I think that is really cool. And he was a badass throughout most of it. He's
I like him. He's pretty
I thought
instantly
he was gonna
likable.
die like 5 times, and he didn't. And I was like, damn, this guy's actually pretty fucking cool and pretty fucking
Yeah.
smart.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the clown, I love. So the clown that they meet, his mask is very simple, and you'll come across more people, and they have very like 80s, like just old school trick or treat style masks. That is one of my favorite touches. I just love the simplicity of the designs of these masks.
Yeah.
It's almost like because they're more family-friendly masks and like children-friendly, like it's the
Mm-hmm.
witch, it's the pumpkin, it's the ghost, like that's and vampires. But like it's so like almost cutesy, like the bus driving kids
Yeah.
in
Yep.
Trick or
In Trick or
Treat. Like
Treat.
they
Yep.
put this really sweet, nice mask on them, and then they look so unsettled under it that you like it makes that worse, and it like
Mm-hmm.
takes that from being something like, oh, that's so sweet, and now you're like, I don't know who's under that. Like the witch for me in this one
Exactly.
was like the creepiest for me because I love that mask, and I'm like, you're so creepy. I don't want you to be behind that, please. You're ruining that
Yeah.
mask for me.
Yep, that is one of the coolest parts of it, because once you know, oh, shit's weird under there, then you're instantly just like, how weird is it gonna get for each of
Mhm.
these characters?
Yeah.
So they have to lock their cell phones in this lockbox type thing along by, they have to also sign the waiver as
Mhm.
well before they go inside. And so this attraction appears convincingly brutal from the start, including a very disturbing scene where a woman in a witch mask burns a screaming girl's face with a hot poker. And I'm assuming this is the opening kill.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So here we go.
The opening kill.
And there it is. And I we don't really see much. I mean, the kill itself is kind of cool. I mean, she's basically got this hot poker going through the side of her face, but you don't see much else. And unfortunately, I got to give it a butter knife kill rating.
Yeah, so I'm actually gonna go opposite. So I'm gonna give it a butcher knife just because it's this very theatrical thing that happens. Like, you see this witch drag this bag out, unzips it, and if you were to notice, the girl that's there is the one that went in right before him. She's one of those guests. And this long poker, she gets it so it starts burning her face, and then a bunch of steam comes out, and that's what obscures the rest of the kill. But I just think that how theatrical it was, I really enjoyed the kill. I thought there's a lot of tension with it. And yeah, I'm gonna give it a butcher knife.
What about you, Stephanie?
I would say butcher knife too because of the build up to the kill. So after they get in, pretty quickly they split up into 2 groups. And one of the things they have to do is they see these 3 coffins and they have to get in them and they don't know like where are we going. But there's like you can get through. And she is one of the people that like they lose her earlier. Like they don't know where she is, but they're not really no one's really concerned yet. They're just like, "Hey, where is she?" And then it opens up and they drag her out. And I'm just like, "Okay, so." And they're looking at it, and I think for me, not only do we get the smoke, but I think the thing slams down, and it almost felt like Haunting of Hill House in the way of we get more of the reactions from the friends than actually seeing the kill, but that affects the way the kill that I take the kill. Because if they're scared, I'm scared. And now I'm terrified because it was so quick that we're processing it with them. And while they're processing, like, what the hell just happened? Did she just get fucking killed? So I think the level of that is why I think it's because it's more complex than just like a quick kill.
Right.
That's why.
I think it had to be though, because the haunt owners don't want them to really know anything's really up yet. Like, they wanted to keep it like get them like really like show enough where it's like she definitely got burnt, like, but make them second guess that, like, no, they like we're overreacting. This can't be this big of a deal yet. And like they don't really know yet. They're a little unsettled, but they're not sure that they're actually in danger yet. So I think that was intentional.
The girl got her hand hurt at that time too, didn't she? Or was that
Not
right
yet.
after? Oh, that was after.
Yeah, not
okay,
yet.
that's
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
when they're
after.
like, okay, yeah. Sorry.
Well, I'll tell you what. Based on this testimony, I will actually reverse my butter knife and make it a butcher knife kill. You bring up some excellent points. So you convinced me. I don't think I've ever done this on the show before. I'll reverse it. I'll make it a butcher knife, 3 butcher knives for this opening kill.
I love that.
Love it.
All right. Well, as Stephanie mentioned, the group now is forced to choose between 2 routes through a maze. One is labeled safe and the other is labeled not safe. So they split up evenly, which is nice. 3 go one way and 3 go the other way. And, things turn very violent soon after this because 3 of them now show up at this guess the body part game where they have to stick their hand in through, these 3 holes and guess what they're feeling on the other side of that. And this gave me anxiety watching this. The tension here is real in this scene. It was good.
Yeah, and like they keep playing it up because the first 2 times that someone reaches in, it's nothing. It's just like it's gross ickiness on the other side, and it's all still fun and games.
Grapes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's all still fun and games. And then when we get our third individual, Bailey, she puts her arm through and appears to get like pulled in a little bit, and like she's like freaking out. She's like, oh my god, like they're hurting me, and they pull out, and you notice that her arm has now just been slashed to shit. So shit is officially real for the group. They're like, okay, this is wrong. We're in danger.
Right. And they also realize that they're missing their friend Mallory. She's been captured and she's no longer part of the group because the 2 groups of 3 end up reuniting fairly soon. And they start comparing notes and they're like, what the fuck happened to your arm? And I do want to say the arm thing, it's really kind of weird because they pull her arm out of that. And at first you just see her arm, she's got a tattoo and there's nothing there. And then all of a sudden it just opens up and then the blood comes out, which was kind of weird.
Razor blades, which it's because they're so sharp. Sometimes it takes a minute to actually show that you've been cut.
Yeah, but this was a little
they
bit
probably
longer.
wouldn't have. Yeah, it would have been.
Yeah,
I'm not saying it would have been super realistic, but
right.
It does look normal, and then all of a sudden the cuts start opening up, which looks cool as hell.
Oh, it does. I'm not saying it didn't look good. It was just kind of like, well, wait a minute, what just? Oh, okay. But,
right.
Yeah. And there is a scene later in the movie where I can't remember who it is, ends up behind. I think it's Nathan that ends up behind it, right? And he sees the razor blade sitting there on the table that they'd used to cut her arm. But yeah. So yeah, the group's all together again, and they're forced to watch as the witch makes a return and now kills Mallory with that hot poker for kill number 2. So
right through the head. Like this is a violent one.
She already looked like she was either dead or just out of it, though at that point there was no reaction. She didn't scream or anything. It just kind of went in. I think that was it. But yeah, hot pokers. Haven't seen those in opening kill before. Now we have 2 in a row. So jeez.
Yeah, it's a good weapon.
Yeah.
Should be used more.
And Nathan leaves to retrieve their locked phones and all that because they want to call for help. And he encounters a man wearing a ghost mask who claims to be a concerned employee by the name of Mitch. Great performance by this guy. Both.
Mitch is great.
Yeah.
Super creepy.
This whole setup is cool because like Nathan's walking through this room with like ghosts, like just sheets on things all over. It's lined up and down the hall. So when you see that, Mitch in that room, it's a great little set piece. One of my favorites in the movie.
Yeah, I agree. And we trust Mitch because he seems very sincere. He wants to help the group, with their injured friend and get them out of there. And, he does tell them that they're actually closer to the end of the haunted house than the beginning. And it would be faster for them if they just went all the way through it instead of trying to retrace their way back the way they'd come to get to the entrance. But that's not, they just want to get back and get out of there. So.
Right. And like, I love how Mitch is played here because he, like, you don't fully ever trust him. You're like, you kind of start to randomly, but then he doesn't ever take his mask off. So like that's weird. But he does seem genuinely concerned when he sees Bailey. He's like, holy shit, is she fucking like bleeding? Like he seems genuine, but him just still keeping his mask on, it makes you very on edge for him.
Yeah. Yeah. A cool mask too. I mean,
It is.
The masks, because everybody who works at this haunt, they all wear these masks, and I love the design on them. I mean, they were simple for the most part and very effective.
Yeah, they are. His looks a little bit like ice, like soft serve ice cream.
Yeah, it
Which I like.
does. I was thinking that too. It actually does. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of borderline a cute mask.
I was just gonna say it is. Like these masks end up being cute, and they're also too small for their faces.
Yes.
So it's like if
a
you
little
take it
bit.
out of context, I mean, like I'm glad the score was so good, because there was parts that if there wasn't a score, it might have been kind of comical to like watch a scene and not like them trying to scare me with it.
Definitely. Yeah. So they're in the haunt. They're trying to get through it. They're, this maze that they're in leads them to a tight crawl space, has a trap door mechanism. And I'm claustrophobic, so I was not doing real well through these scenes. This is a first time watch for me. I actually had never seen this before. I know obviously Stephanie, you'd seen it a million times. Michael, you'd seen it before. This was my first time through, and yeah, this made my heart race a little bit as they're crawling through here, because I just, not good for me, the claustrophobic. But as they, they move through this, and the
it's brilliant how it's set up though, because with the trapdoor, because Mitch said like they can't all just go at once. They all have to like wait. So one goes and then the other goes, because Mitch says there's this little mechanism that if everyone's too into it, if there's too many people in it, it'll give way.
And Evan like loses his shit. He's like so pissed. He's like, why is that even part of that? So he's losing his shit, like doesn't want to deal with this either. He's so pissed.
Well, and it's valid. You're like, why is that built into it? So like that makes you really concerned about Mitch. And our suspicions are confirmed here, where Mitch is the first one on the other side, and he blocks the entrance with a piece of wood. He hammers it in, and you're like, okay, yeah, this guy's a fucking dick.
Yeah. Well, our next kill is coming up here, and not sure we've had one of these on opening kill either. It's Angela, and so she is murdered by the masked devil character with a pitchfork to the face. Kill number 3. This was pretty brutal.
Oh yeah.
God.
You see it. You see it all.
You see all of it, and you hear it.
You do.
You hear it go in, and then you hear it come out.
Yeah. Yeah. So obviously chaos erupts as the group tries to now continue their escape and get the hell out of here, because things are definitely real. I mean, this is not just some haunt. This is it. Nathan is trapped inside the attraction's hidden operations area, and Evan, attempts to flee with Mitch, and the box containing their cell phones, by the way, has been removed from the entrance wall. So that's no longer there. And Harper's alcoholic, abusive boyfriend, Sam, now calls her cell phone. Of course, she doesn't have it. It's one of these masked people who have all the cell phones, and he answers it, and he goes, hello? And Sam's like, who the fuck is this? Who are you trying to reach? And he goes, well, I'm trying to reach Harper. Oh, you're too late. And then hangs up the phone.
Click.
Yeah, that's it. So it's over.
Yeah. And that's the clown guy. And so the clown guy is played by one of the director's just buddy growing up. And when he was talking, I was like, this is giving me Philip Seymour Hoffman. And then I watched this little other behind the scene thing, and he based his voice on Philip Seymour Hoffman, specifically from Mission Impossible 3. And I'm like, I see it. You nailed it.
Yeah. Yeah, he did.
That's so great.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I guess that one thing we didn't talk about yet is we have seen some of their faces. We've seen the clown's face now and the devil, and they are horribly modified. Like these dudes look
Oh,
like
yeah.
those extreme body modifiers on Instagram. Like that is what it looks like. Like the devil has spikes out of his head. His face is all tattooed. The clown looks like he's got purposely scarred around his eyes and his mouth to modify their face. And you kind of like, oh wow, so the devil underneath the devil mask looks like a devil. The clown underneath the clown mask looks like a clown. And so now you're remembering all these other masks and your mind's just spinning as to what is now under those. You're like, oh wow. Like that is one of my favorite aspects of this, was getting excited about seeing now under the mask, because you're like, it's going to be crazy. And Evan now, it's about at his demise, because he escapes with Mitch, but then Mitch ends up attacking him, and he keeps mentioning, he's like, do you want to see like my face? Like he's very creepy about that. And he is able to take down Evan, and we see his face, and his is my favorite modded face because it looks horrifying. He's cut his nose off. It looks like, I don't even know what he's done to his eyes. Like he looks insane.
Oof. And this is a brutal kill too.
Yeah, it's a brutal kill.
He's already on the ground. We don't get to see how he got on the ground. We didn't see the initial attack. It just cuts to when he's on the ground. But his head, is bashed in, and his face it's hard to describe it. It's clawed from his teeth, and it's just like, oh man.
Yeah, so Mitch puts the back end of a hammer into his mouth. Yeah, the claw of the hammer, and then he uses that to peel his face.
Peel back his face.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's fucking gross.
And right
you
before
hear it.
that,
The audio is so good.
Oh, it is. Oh, the sound design is great.
Sound design is crazy in this movie.
I love that about this. And right before that, Harper is confronted by the devil, who's got his pitchfork. Nathan arrives and starts shooting at him with a nail gun, and Harper is able to get away. So I love, Michael, Stephanie, I love me some nail gun kills. Didn't kill him, but damn it, the nail gun makes an appearance.
You see it earlier. So when he's walking through, he makes a really stupid mistake, and he's like, I'm going to hold the key in my hands while I walk because I'm going to kick someone's ass. And then he drops the fucking thing in a grate, and then he doesn't have the key anymore to get the phones. But he does. In the corner of, you do see the nail gun. You see like some kind of construction. You don't know if it's a nail gun yet, but I love that he uses something they had there, and definitely saved her life in that moment. So he really does come through.
And I do like the fact that we saw it, because when you pull things out of thin air, it's like, okay, come on. So set it up earlier so we know, so at least we've seen it, and then go back to it. So that was a good move on their part. To do that.
And I liked in this scene with the interaction with the devil and Harper. She's starting to think, as he's creeping up on her, she thinks it's Sam for a moment, like her boyfriend, because he sent a picture to her where he's in a red hood, but he's like the wolf. So she kind of is just thinking it was him. He takes off his mask and like he talks to her. He's like, "Who's Sam?" And so you get this moment between them that I think is really good too, right before we get her saved by the nail gun, which
also, Clown had all of their cell phones, and he took 3 of them and put them into a microwave, and
not all of them.
Not all of them, just 3 of them, which was kind of strange to me, but and he turned on the microwave.
A smaller microwave, like it wouldn't be able to fry 4. It can handle 3 at a time, but not 4.
I definitely think the clown was thinking about that. He was like, the last time I fried some phones, put 4 in instead of 3, and it was a huge thing.
Yeah.
So that's my chosen reason. Is he learned his lesson before, and he wants to properly vaporize them.
Well, Harper's phone was not one of them, and Nathan manages to recover her phone and sends their location to Harper's boyfriend Sam. Before escaping from Ghost
Mitch.
Mitch.
Mitch shows up a lot. He just keeps randomly popping up. And I did have this moment here where I started to get worried. I'm like, are they going to make us fucking root for Sam? Like, are we going to have to be stoked for
Yep.
the boyfriend.
Like,
Like
don't
this
have
seems
the
like
abusive boyfriend be the hero.
yeah. I was
No.
like,
Yeah.
okay, I guess. So we'll see if that's what they end up doing. But that was my initial like, oh shit, what?
I felt the same way. And honestly, he doesn't have a big role in this film. It's not, I mean, they probably could have omited him and it would be the same movie for the most part. I
They
mean,
needed his
I don't
car.
know. They did need his
They
car.
needed his car. I
Yeah.
honestly really feel after rewatching it, like, what did he add to the story? They have to add something to the story. It gave her complexity of like, she has been abused. This is what she's used to. So she dated someone like that, sure. But the car thing, I thought was like, okay, they have access to a car, and then it's not even him. They just get
I
to use the
know.
car, which I just think is
Yeah.
great. I like that. So
Yeah.
Yeah. So Harper's trying to find her way out and she ends up stepping backwards on a board of nails. And these kind of injuries just make me hurt everywhere. This was pretty
she's
brutal.
in the craziest room too.
Yes.
Like this room has
the
like
terrifying room.
It's
It
got like
is.
knives hanging and floors all covered in these boards with nails. Like this is a room where you're
Yeah.
gonna get hurt really bad. And there's I can't remember if it's the vampire or if it's the zombie in this room. No, I think it's the vampire who's in this room. And there's a
So
guillotine looking thing which appears to be her only
yeah.
escape. And
Yeah.
he's in this corner kind of like a Looney Tune character sawing this rope that's gonna make the guillotine drop. But how he's doing that, working that saw on that rope, I'm like, oh my god, it's fucking Wile E. Coyote. He's
Yeah.
trying to trap the Roadrunner. she manages to get through this fucking thing that drops
Barely.
these
And
knives.
I like jumped back when every time I watch it, I'm like, just like so stressful. Such a stressful
Well,
watch.
And before she gets out, though, her hands land in this like super duper
yeah.
industrial glue, and she's got to pull them off, and it peels all the skin off of her hands, and it's like, oh, ouchie!
Ow.
It's a hell of an exfoliator.
Oh fuck! This was just a bad. Again, it's one of those things where I cringed and went, oh, that's not gonna feel good in the morning, or now.
That was the height
for
of
that
my
matter.
nausea. Like,
Was it?
it was like first she squished into like a fucking like Converse shoe straight through that, and then she pulls it out, and like and then you start to
Yep.
get a little nauseous, but then you're okay, and then hands, and I'm like, oh no, yep, they're gonna do it.
Yep.
I know what they're gonna do, and I don't look away. I'm like, no, you better watch this. So I make myself watch it. I'm like, and I feel like, yeah, you did it. Ken will look away. He's like, he's not scared. He's like, I'm not going to put myself through watching that. I'm like, I am. I'm not going to look away.
I love that.
I try not to look away either. I'm usually pretty good at it. There's occasionally when I can't, like where it's so difficult. The Ugly Stepsister had a moment with only the nose, though. That was the only part that fucked with me was the nose. I can't handle nose stuff. Like nose and nail, like finger, like nail stuff. I can't handle that. Those are my two
that was hard.
weak zones. Yeah.
Well,
but for me, no, the worm, the tape, the thing that she threw up.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
I
gross.
can't.
Yeah.
That was the worst part for me. I almost threw up. I was like, I'm still not looking away, but I might need a bucket. Okay.
I do look away at times. I will tell you, Human Centipede, I probably spent 70% of that movie looking away. And I'm so warped that I couldn't stop with just one movie. I had to see it through to its conclusion. So I watched the two sequels and they just got worse and worse and worse. And I know, that's how I am. And yeah, so I do tend to look away at the most gruesome stuff. And the hands I watched, but then I turned away and it was like, oh man, this is bad. And I knew they showed the nails.
Yeah.
You knew that she was going to step on, you knew it was coming and it did.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
It's just great how it's hilarious. It's like horrible in this, but we watch Home Alone and Home Alone 2. We're like, oh, it's hilarious. But in this, it's like,
funny.
no, this is not okay. It's so funny. And we'll talk about that when we do Better Watch Out, because like you have Home Alone and you have Better Watch Out. And let me tell you, it's not the same feeling with paint cans after that.
No, it's not. It's the same thing, just in different packaging. I mean, yes, totally. Well, you know, she gets through that guillotine door, and now she finds herself
Yes.
trapped in an escape room styled bedroom, which
Ooh, yeah.
eerily
Yeah.
mirrors traumatic memories from her childhood when she
Yep.
had an abusive stepfather or father. I can't remember if it's who it was that was always
Pretty sure it's
beating
her
her mother.
father.
It could be the father.
Yeah.
Yeah. We
And
get
she's
this
got
I think this is where we get the big backstory shot.
yes.
And
Yeah.
and this is a very weird room. I'm like, this is the one room that feels kind of out of place with the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
Mhm,
I'm like,
mhm.
this doesn't
It
seem as
does.
DIY as the rest of this haunted house did. This
Right.
felt
And
much
maybe
more
it was
elaborate.
maybe it was kind of like a combination we were supposed to get of like this is the way she interpreted the room, and it was different because she was in the middle of kind of having a flashback.
True.
Right.
Like
But I'm sorry,
that
you
could
don't
be
need to pull out your hand mirror unless you're doing it for a shot, and I know that's why they did it, but she can read
Mhm.
that. She can read the clues. She's just we
Yeah.
didn't need the mirror. But
All
she has to
these
get under the bed, and when she
okay.
gets yeah.
So I was going to tell you the same thing, that because all these clues are written backwards. I could read
Right.
it just fine backwards, but she's got to
Exactly.
get her
I
mirror.
know.
Yeah. Same
But then
exact
I'm
thought
like,
that I had.
it's the shot. I was like, they wanted the shot. The shot did look
Yeah, for
good.
sure.
So I get it.
Sure.
And then I go, okay. But you didn't need to do it for each clue. Like she could have been like, oh, the
Right.
last one's short. But she gets under the bed and because she can hear someone coming. And then it flashes to her in her in her room. And her dad is yelling at her mom and he hits her. And when he hits her, she falls right in eyesight with her. And her
Yeah.
ring goes over to her. And that's the ring we know of. That's her mother's ring.
Right.
And then it goes like, no, it's okay. You can come out. You can come out. You know, and like, nothing's gonna happen. And then it flashes back, and it's the guy. I think it's the devil. I
The
think.
devil.
Yep.
Yeah,
It's the
it's the
devil.
devil.
Now,
And then like also,
right
sorry.
before that, she grabbed a
Yeah.
key. She found a key, this
Right.
funky looking key.
Yeah.
I think it was in the Jack in the Box toy. And so she's got that with her as
Yes.
she's under the bed.
She's got that with
So,
her. Right. She
Yeah.
found
Yeah,
the
there was
key
a Jack
before.
in the Box under this bed.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and she opened that, and that's when she got the key, and she was gonna come out, but then the clown was coming. But it is a very it looks almost like a really jagged comb key, like
Yeah.
if you think of that kind of feel to it. But earlier, I believe this is just really early, just a little earlier, she does give us a little bit more background about how she hasn't seen her mom in 4 years, and she tells her friend Bailey, and it sounds like from Bailey's expression, she had never told her that before. Because she
Yeah.
kind of like
Yeah.
leans into her and she's already like bleeding and shit. She's like, but she kind of takes a second, like, oh wow, she just said that to me.
Mhm.
So before they get
Right.
separated, that conversation is had, which is a big
Yeah.
step for her character too.
Yeah.
So yeah, the devil gets down and wants to take her mask off, in his words, and he told her that earlier too, meaning wants to
Yeah, what
take
the
her face
fuck's
off and
that mean?
replace it with
Face
some
off.
some new stuff. And so he reaches down, tries to get her, and she stabs him in the eye with this key and wounds him. And then she tries to go through this door that's labeled the end, and a shotgun goes off, hits her in the shoulder. She doesn't
Shoulder.
kill her, but wounds her.
Yeah. Like that's like this is again, I'm kind of like, this feels so, how do you really rig this up? Like this
Mhm.
seems pretty difficult for this organization, but it's fine. It's still cool. We get a cool death
Yeah.
out of it.
Yeah.
I think the one thing I don't know if we mentioned it in the beginning, but like the beginning credits of this movie are them setting this up. So
Mhm.
I think that I feel like that tells us this is not their first rodeo. They've done this before. They know how to set stuff up. They've probably tried stuff out. They aren't setting
Mhm.
these up all year round. Probably they go throughout the country for the fall, and who knows what they offer. They might do something else in the summer. Who knows? But I
Right.
think
Right.
that giving us that, I think like they do show us the string, they show us the mechanism that they do it too.
Right.
You could have people in there that are in trade work. A lot of those people are, so they would know how to rig something like that up more than like say, you or me. But I mean, I think
Right.
it's could be done. And honestly, they seem to kill people way before that point usually. So it's kind of like a fail safe. It's not really like most of the time part of the
Right.
show. Like,
Yeah.
yes, they imply, there's only been a few people to get out, but still, like it is pretty far down the road in the show.
Sure.
It is.
Yeah.
And I do have one question and this just came up to me again when I was watching this. I'm like, how do these guys like get away with it? This seems like it would be pretty impossible to continue to get away with this, because you're putting flyers out. Like someone's going to check, like you've had to file some sort of permit. And with that face, like they seem to show their face to the guests. So I'm like, anyone who escapes can be like, these look like this. Like, I don't see how they could apply for another. Like, I don't know. It just seemed a little far fetched that they could actually get away with this looking like they
You
do.
definitely have to suspend belief,
Yeah.
when you're watching it, and not because you're right. I mean, yeah, these guys, they travel from town to town. So they're obviously, this is not their first rodeo, as Stephanie said. And, they're going to get traced. People are going to figure out it's them very quickly. So
Right.
yeah, it's a flaw, but you just have to put it aside and realize this is the film.
Yeah, and I did. Like, it doesn't
Yeah.
actually offend my viewing experience, but I was just kind of
Right.
thinking, just picturing them in a bank office trying to get like a loan or something to get it all set up. I don't know, or whatever records permits you have to do to put up one of these haunted houses.
A lot of these, yeah, but it depends. It depends who you know. It depends if the land is vacant, if it's for sale, not as many people check on it all of the time.
Sure.
They're probably picking up people locally, so they're creating a network of killers potentially. So it's like different people in different cities. They're crossing state lines, setting this stuff up. They don't talk to each other. Everyone that goes that night, they may have only gotten 2 or 3 groups of people because it is such an extreme. They're not going through a big place
Right.
does. So say they had 3 or 4 groups of friends. That's like 12 people in a night. We'll say that. That's
Yeah.
quite a
Right.
few people to go missing. But say it's in one town, not if it's in the boonies, which a lot of these places are, the people that go are not from that town with the small ass, fire station and police force. So now they're going to call in state for a few people who go missing, but they're not all going to go missing at the same time because some of them might have been with significant others, some of them might have been away. So I mean, you could not do it forever, but I definitely with what I know about true crime, if they had it in a way there's stands that go up for a week or two and people don't get permits for them, not all the time. So it
Right.
depends on where they are. If you think about the House October build, some of the shit they get away with and that. And it's you have to hear from someone to get here, to get here. It's nothing's on paper. There's no paper trail. They're using the money from the people they're killing, all of their jewelry, anything in their thing, and they're just emptying accounts quickly. No one's going to report it right away because they're dead. So they
Yeah.
are getting some money out of it too that they can move around. They're doing it themselves. So they're not hiring anyone on the outside. That shows that. They're not getting any masks that look super scary, so it doesn't look out of place oh yeah, 3 people just bought really scary masks. They're not gonna
Right.
Most police aren't gonna be did any sell that look for kids, for children? Do we have any? Yeah, we sold a bunch of those. So I don't know. I mean, I'm the molder. I believe that a lot of horror movies actually could be based on real stories, real cases of people that have murdered lots of people and gotten
Right.
away with it.
I think the theory of a network of them makes sense. My backstory I made for them was that they're just a tattoo shop. That's what they do, is just body mods. So in their community they don't stand out really at all.
Mhm.
And they're just a tattoo crew that murders randomly once a year.
Once a year. Yeah.
It's the reunion. It's adorbs.
Yeah. It's like a family gathering.
Exactly.
So Harper gets through this door and it leads into this hallway, and she realizes that the shotgun trap is timed to the Jack in the Box melody. And so the devil walks in, and he's recovered from his eye injury.
Well, that's just another piercing for him. It's not
It
that big a
is.
deal.
Right.
It is.
Walk in the park.
Yeah.
And she manipulates him, into the line of fire, in which the shotgun goes off and it kills him, shoots him in the head for kill number 5. And she's got his
Yeah, it kills
pitchfork
Red.
now too. So yeah, it was a pretty cool
It
kill.
felt very, very much inspired by Stu and Sydney in Scream.
Yeah.
She's on the ground, he's choking
Yeah.
her, and she sticks her hand not in the shoulder like she did with him, but in his eye. And then she times it so he gets hit. But
Yep.
it's a very cool shot the way it's filmed too.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
Yeah. Well, and it's cool because he's on top of her and she jams her thumb into that injured eye to make him
Mhm.
sit up, get up into the gun's range,
Yep.
and then boom,
And the
Go
shot
on.
is it's looking up at him. It's really cool.
yeah.
Especially
Blows
when
off
he
his
gets
head.
hit.
It's
Yeah,
great.
it looks sick.
Yeah.
So Harper now has his pitchfork, and she's wandering through the attraction, and she comes across someone dressed as a clown with a skull mask, and
Dude.
she takes the pitchfork and boom, kills.
And how this is set up, you've kind of assumed this is guys like this, the ultimate carnival worker, because like not carnival worker, haunted house worker, because Mitch, I think, like kind of like you're ready to ask him, like you're ready, as if to say like it's your turn, you're up, you get to go have your fun for the night.
Yeah.
But that's not the case here, because after she stabs her, it's you realize that, oh shit, that's just her friend. It's Bailey with her mouth.
Yeah.
Her mouth is taped shut, and
yeah, that was
and
tough.
She dies.
Yeah, she does.
It reminded me of The Strangers.
Yeah.
Such a sad part, like in that, like her to fit, like, and this is why you can't you can't shoot people with masks on. Wait, you're being hunted by people with masks on you, and now it's like you could be shooting your friend. Who knows?
Exactly. It's a good little twist there. But yeah, no, it's an unfortunate scene.
And then we have good old alcoholic, abusive boyfriend Sam arriving on the scene, and he comes into the haunt looking for Harper, but he's immediately killed by Clown. He trips a booby trap.
So awesome.
Oh my God. It's like shrapnel. There's like screws and all this other shit that hit him and takes him down.
Right.
And then Clown just gets up and just fucking bashes his head in to end that. So that was
a giant mallet.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it wasn't just once. It was
Yeah, it's he gets turned to mush. You see it. But I love this aspect. You're like, oh no, he shows up and immediately he's just dead. Like no, he doesn't do anything besides leave the car.
Right. Right. Harper reunites with Nathan and they fight off the remaining attackers. One of them, Vampire. This is a cool scene because he reveals that the attraction's performers are part of this group obsessed with extreme body modification. And they travel from town to town to run deadly haunted houses where they murder their victims. And out of nowhere, Vampire is killed by Zombie. So
but the cool thing about Vampire is he doesn't appear to have really started his body modification journey yet. And he kind of has like this change of heart, almost like kind of, he's definitely, this is his first time.
He's helping them a little bit.
Yeah, like he helps them. He's like, okay, I really can't, I'm not cut out for this. And so, he has his moment. But Zombie has been doing it a long time. We see his face is all torn up. So he has no problem taking out vampires. Like, oh, okay, fuck you.
And unlike Mitch, Vampire, I think, was very sincere in not realizing how bad. He didn't realize that they were going to murder people, and this was as bad as it was. So and I think that's why another reason Zombie had no problem getting rid of him, because he could see there was a change of heart, and it's like, oh, you're not going to be part of our group. So bye.
So I think at this point, the only person we haven't seen is Witch. So
which we do next.
We do next. But this was, I was kind of a little bit bummed when I saw Vampire. I was like, I was kind of really excited to see your face all crazy. Like he was one that I was looking forward to, but that was kind of a fun twist on that as well, to see, he's a normal dude.
Yeah. Well, the Witch is actually killed next by Harper. Does she come up through the trap door outside? Because they're outside.
It's just the roof access door.
Is that what it is?
And Nathan's back with her now.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
she gets out, but they slam it shut, and he can't get in. He can't get out. So now she's fighting with the Witch right on top of him.
Yep. Mm-hmm. So she bashes Witch's head in this trapdoor several times, and then that's the end of Witch.
Yeah, because
it's kind of fun to watch.
Nathan ends up, because she gets off the trapdoor, he ends up grabbing her ankles and pulling her down, and then just repeatedly slam this metal heavy door in this witch's face, and her mask breaks, and you get the look of her, and she looks very witchy, but her face doesn't have much structure anymore to it.
So
not too many defining features anymore.
While all this is happening, Clown is now setting the place on fire to just
Yes.
get rid of it, which seems like, wow, okay, you're going to burn all your assets, all of your equipment, all of your stuff, and you're going to take off, I guess.
I think that's the ultimate failsafe because he's like,
Yeah.
shit, everyone else is dead. I'm probably
Yeah.
like,
True.
it's
True.
time
They
to
had already
leave.
set it up to burn it anyway. So,
Yeah, because they have these oil bags that the
yep. And then
the
the
group
kerosene
came
was
upon
on the wood.
before. Yep.
Right.
So it's set to burn to the ground. Very easy.
So Harper and Nathan attempt to escape. And here's a part where I'm just kind of like, huh, because they scale this fence and there's barbed wire at the top. How the hell is Harper doing that with skinless hands? That she's got to be in so much pain.
Oh, yeah.
I can't imagine how you would be scaling anything. I mean,
anything. I mean,
it
she
was kinda
scaled the
strange.
little ladder to get out of that door.
Again,
So
I mean, I
she's
guess.
Adrenaline.
Got it.
She's maybe doing this. Like she has a
Yeah,
hoodie, so maybe she's
still,
just doing
but
that.
still, that would hurt
Yeah.
so fucking bad.
But he
every touch.
put like a jacket he had there so she could try like to help her get to the top. And then he sees it's Clown coming his
Mhm.
way. So we got our final showdown, and he has a gun, the Clown does.
Yeah.
You'd be like, but instead of trying to get out, he's like, nah, dog, I'm gonna beat this guy. So he picks up his baseball bat and he goes towards him. He gets shot. I don't know, is that liver, kidney? That's not good. Not a good area to get
Yeah, a
shot.
little
But
side area.
No.
no. And but that's it. He gets one shot off, and then strike, face, head.
So
bat.
that's
And
zombie.
was
That's
good.
zombie that gets killed with
Yeah.
the
That's
baseball
zombie that
bat.
gets killed. Okay.
Yeah,
Got it.
and
Right,
that was pretty
right.
cool. That was pretty
Yeah.
cool. And kill number 10. And
Yes.
from there, they're able to stumble out onto the road and they find Sam's truck. And this was weird too,
Yay.
because it's running and the door is open. It's like he just pulled off to the side of the road. It didn't drive up to the haunt. So the truck is just there on the road and, they're able to get into it and, get to the hospital. So, yeah. And that's where Harper realizes that those liability waivers they signed at the entrance contain their home addresses, meaning all of these masked killers know exactly where to find all of them. So,
Mhm.
which was kind of
Even though there's
interesting,
only
but-
one left, but
Right.
yeah.
Right.
And we get this little like cool dream fake
Dream
out sequence
sequence.
where
Yeah.
she finally like goes to the door of her mom's house and knocks on it, and her mom ends up answering, but then right behind her, Clown jumps up, but we realize it is a dream because she wakes
Right.
up in the hospital.
Yes.
But yeah, I thought that was a
did
cool
It faked
little
me out.
just moment. Yeah, it's a cool moment too because it's like always that fear of her father has now been replaced with this new creature that she
Yeah.
gets to be afraid of
Yeah.
forever.
Just more and more
Right.
trauma. Yep.
Yeah,
just
here you go.
Stack it up.
Here you go, kid. Enjoy.
Here you go, kid.
Here's a layer cake of here's a layer cake of trauma for you.
Exactly. Like, yeah, you survived. Is that really good? No, though, because
Yeah,
Ooh.
right.
that would just
Well-
suck.
Michael's dark side comes out.
Yeah. Well, sometime later, Clown arrives at Harper's mother's house. And I guess Harper's mother doesn't live there anymore. I don't know. Hard to say. And he shows up hoping to finish the job. Harper, who's been out of the hospital now, is now in full Home Alone mode. And she puts her own traps together. And he walks through it. He steps into the glue, that same kind of glue that she lost the skin on her hands in. And he can't move. He finally is able to step out, but it's too late because she steps forward with a shotgun and finally puts an end to him. And that is the final kill of the movie. So, yeah.
And then you feel good for her because not only does she win, but she's like, okay, now she's eliminated that guy, so
Yeah.
she doesn't have to be afraid of like him anymore. So,
right.
like, just it was also kind of refreshing to see a movie where she just like the killer's 100% defeated. Like that doesn't happen as often as you think because it stood out to me here. I was like, oh wow, okay, they actually win in this one.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I really like that they put in there that her dad like used a gun, so she's probably used a gun before. Like 'cause she has a pretty
Mhm.
good shot, but they explain that. Like I like when they put that effort. They don't have to, but they do sometimes because
Yeah.
when the clown does come in, he looks and he sees that there's a rifle missing from where the
Mhm.
rifle was, and then and then
Right.
it's her, and we're like, oh, that's so badass. So I think that was really cool because like they could have had it be something less violent, and they didn't
Mhm.
choose that, and I really
Yeah.
like that for her
Yeah.
character.
Mhm.
Yep.
Same.
Final kill count was 11, a decent number of kills for one of these movies. My favorite character was probably Harper. So I'm going to stick with her.
Yeah, I'm gonna go a weird one for my favorite character. My favorite character is actually Mitch, just because like I really liked like that weird little thing we have with him where oh maybe he's good for a little bit, but he ends up not being. And I don't know, I just really liked his character because you get to know him the most out of all the killers because he
Mhm.
has the most interaction verbally with the rest of our cast here. And he was just really compelling to me. I don't know why. His face really was crazy, and that made me want to know more about him. I'm like, why'd you choose that? And I just, yeah, I want to know more about him specifically for whatever reason. So Mitch is my favorite character.
What about you, Stephanie?
I think Harper definitely is very either the top or tied. I don't know. I really like I just really like them. I really like Nathan. I think Nathan's my favorite because I didn't think he was gonna make it. I saw him and I pegged him as a stupid jock guy, and then he
Mhm.
ends up being this really sweet guy to her, and I really like that for her character because she has this guy who's trying to protect her, trying to be there for her, but also like even early on, like being very mindful of the way he is around her and like getting to know her, and it's just like it's like, hey, you don't have to settle for the guy like your dad. There's other guys out there. And that was
Hmm.
like a nice hopeful way to give hope and a good character for someone who's been in an abusive relationship for this kind of movie where it's like it's a slasher, it's fun, but like to have
Right.
some of these deep, themes in this, I thought that was really good too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Favorite kill? Mine was Sam's, just because number one, he's a douchebag, fucking abusive, alcoholic asshole. And just the way it was kind of like a two punch with him tripping, the booby trap and then getting his head bashed in. So that was my favorite kill.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like Evans, the face claw. That was the death that stood out to me that I remembered from my original watch. That was the only one
Mhm.
because I remember just being like, "Holy shit!" with that one.
Right.
And but so that's how good it was to stand out to all these other that are really really good. So the fact that that one left that much of an impression, I got to go with it.
Okay.
I think for me, it was when I think it was Mallory. Was Mallory the one that was killed in front of them? That
Yep.
one
Hmm.
for me.
Yep.
It was just because
Yeah.
that was the first time in the film that I was like really, really scared for them.
Hmm.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So that was actually my favorite scene, her death scene at the hands of the witch, because there's still dialogue there, but they muted it and it's all music. So you see them screaming and talking, but you got this
Hmm.
really cool goth rock music playing over the background. And that whole scene was just so atmospheric. I think that was my favorite scene in the movie.
Yeah, that might be mine as well. It's either that or Nathan walking down the in the room with all the ghost sheets in it. Like that I thought was really intense. But I think it my favorite is the one with Mallory's death cuz just yeah, how they put it together with like you said the volume going out except for the
Mhm.
music. Like it's very chaotic and claustrophobic
Right.
Hmm.
and yeah, it's really good.
What about you, Stephanie?
Same. I think
Yeah.
if a horror film can make the best kill be the best scene in a movie, I mean that's saying a lot about it, I mean,
Hmm.
and I really
Yeah.
hope that this does find it. I feel like more and more people have seen it that I've talked to,
Mhm.
but I wish it would get like a different release or something, and maybe could get revive some of it because I do think this is such a it's it's a Halloween film. I mean, there's not that many out there that are this kind of feel, so I think it's
Yeah.
really cool, and I think if more people knew about it, it could be on more lists for Halloween and stuff. And I hope it does get
Hmm.
like maybe like a cool special thing with one of these DVD companies that, puts
Hmm.
out a special edition of it, because I do think it could find a really great cult following.
Well, how many
Hmm.
movies have we seen that when they come out, they don't do well at all at the box office, and then they develop a cult
Hmm.
following and get a new life? And you're right; it would be great to see this one do the same thing, because I really don't know why it didn't make back its money and
Yeah,
show a profit, because
Hmm.
it's got all the right elements in it. It was really well thought out, very creative, well written. So yeah, just sometimes it happens. So.
Hmm.
yeah.
It's
This
true.
one is one that bums me out. That it's not bigger.
Mhm.
Because I think it'd be cool to see these killers' costumes in Spirit Halloween. Like it has everything. Where you're like, these costumes would be great. Like it has all the marketability. It just for whatever reason
Mhm.
didn't hit, and
Hmm.
it's unfortunate.
Right. Our favorite question of the evening: how screwed are we? It's probably not good for me.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm not sure I would survive this movie.
that's yeah. I don't think I would go, but I'm trying not to. I'm trying not to like let that involve my decision anymore. I'm like, no, you were there for whatever reason. You didn't back out because you're afraid. Yeah, I don't think I could make it. I'm
Yeah.
pretty toast. I would already be freaking out, so my mind would not be thinking correctly, and I'd make a dumb choice pretty quickly.
If
Yeah.
I was their age and I was in a club, I would have been drunk. So I'd be dead, because I would have
Yeah.
been like, me now, if I had met them and they said, let's go VIP at this corn maze or an extreme haunted house, I'm picking the one that I get to go VIP and I have to wait in line. I don't know where
Yeah,
this one is. Maybe there'll be another one like it, but I don't know if I'd go at this point in my life. I do want to go to a couple extreme houses. I've seen a few of them around here that sometimes they don't last very long. I'm like, well, why is that? But there is one, I believe, in Vancouver, Canada, and there's a few in Seattle, but there's a couple north uh, they're supposed to be extreme experiences, and there's a few in Las Vegas and things like that. But they're few and
hmm,
far in between. There's one guy out there, I'm sure you know him, and he's the worst one, and it's not even extreme. It's just sick at that point. But it is
McCamey
something
Manor. Yeah,
people.
that guy
Yep.
sucks.
Yeah. And people sign a waiver and they want it done. It's messed up, but yeah,
I
I
don't
mean
get it.
that's too far. I just want to be like in a haunted house. I'm always like, you're right there. Yep, now you're going over there.
Yeah.
Saw you too. And it's like I want people to scare me. I don't mind if they grab me. I like that part of it because I will get scared more. And I'm a very jumpy person when I watch a movie. I don't remember what we were watching, but I the other night and I Oh, it was Cold Storage we just saw, and there's these like gross parts. It's a very fun comedy, sci-fi, horror-ish. Like I'd say it's a little bit of all of those. And I just jumped and I look over and he's just like, I'm like, how do you not even you don't even react. He's like, in here I do. I'm like, okay. I'm a flailer when I watch movies. So in this one, I probably jumped 4 or 5 times. So
Yeah.
I would definitely be dead. Yeah. I
Yeah.
do not think I'd make it through this. I think I'm not limber enough for some of the things that the characters do to get out of
Mm-mm.
this. I am not 20 something anymore. So I think because of that, I'm a goner.
You put me in
Yeah,
a crawl
especially that
space and I'm
tunnel.
done.
Yeah, that's the
No.
one that stuck out to me where I'm like,
Yeah.
"Ooh, my
No.
knees
No.
hurt just watching him go across those
Right?
planks." Like,
Ooh,
yeah,
think I
that
might
one
pop my
Yeah.
knee.
specifically made me be like, "Yeah, I don't have the knees for that. Like, that's not
Right.
happening."
Final girl score for Harper. I went out and gave her a 10 just
Mm.
because the 10 came from actually just her Home Alone scheme at the very end. Not only did she survive, but she got creative and came back and set it up and just waited him out. So, yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Normally, I'm like, won't do a 10 if it's not kind of like an iconic final girl, but I think she deserves it. With her backstory, her just willingness to be able to continue through being horribly mangled, to still be able to get what needs to be done, and then yeah, at
Hmm.
the end, fully overcome the demon. Like, fuck,
Mhm.
yeah, she's rad. 10.
Yeah.
A Billy Bob. Dan! Dan!
Yeah, there it is.
10
Star
across the
grade.
board.
Star grade for me. I wanted to give it a 5, but just some of the early kills just weren't, I don't know, they weren't as great. And it seems like they hid some of them a little bit. So it still got a 4.5, so pretty good. But I really did enjoy this a lot.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to go ahead and just do the 5. I love this movie. I want more people to see it. I think it deserves to be something everybody watches every Halloween, just like Trick or Treat or Halloween.
Yeah.
I think it deserves it. So yeah, 5.
Same. 5.
Fuck. I'll revise mine. I'll give it a 5. God damn it. Okay.
Are we
Change my
all
score.
agreeing on every single
Yep.
thing? Basically, it's not like nice.
Pretty much.
What
I'll go 5. I will cave on the 5 and do that as well.
And I'm sorry,
So
who
there-
picked this one? What?
That'd be you.
Maybe need her to pick more.
Brian here is a cherry. He had never seen it.
Never seen it, but I love it. So
Now
all
you
right, I'll
have.
give it a
I
5.
love it. So we already have you now. Michael and I, we
You
just
do.
gotta just message someone like anytime Halloween's mentioned, like 100 Days to Halloween, summer, we'd be like, hey, guess what? Put this on your October watch list, bitch. I know you have one because I know so many
Right.
people that have one. You just pick some people on your Instagram and just send it to them. We'll just start hitting people with it. That's like,
So
that's
the
the
three-
junk mail you want. Is like, watch this really good movie.
Are the 3 of us going to start getting together on Halloween now and watching this movie together in a big group
Why
setting?
not?
And all right,
I would do it. I would love
I'm
that.
down. I love.
all right.
I
let's
love
let's
this movie.
plan it.
Let's
Like
do
I
it.
said, let's plan it. Slasher survival tip: if the haunted house attraction makes you sign a waiver before entering, maybe just go get funnel cake instead.
Oh yes,
I mean,
that's beautiful.
seriously.
That's a beautiful sentiment.
I love it.
All right, that is 2019's Haunt. Coming up next, we have the Scare Preview, movies that Michael and I, and maybe Stephanie too, are going to preview. In the meantime, let's give a big shout out to Courtney from the Jaunty Haunts podcast. And that is a podcast that Michael is appearing on very, very soon. You just did an episode with Courtney.
Yeah, I recorded with her yesterday. It was delightful. It's going to be an episode about the shadow person, specifically Hat Man. We dove into a lot of different topics, though. We had a lot of fun. So look forward to that episode, and just be sure to subscribe to her podcast. Yes, the Jaunty Haunts podcast. It's a lot of fun.
The Scare Preview.
All right. So I have a film on the Scare Preview that I'm excited about. It is coming out here not too long from now. It is a Lionsgate and Suretone Pictures event. It's called Do Not Enter. This is based on David Morrell's novel Creepers, directed by Mark Casfeld, stars Jake Manley and Adeline Rudolph. It's about a group of explorers that are investigating an old abandoned hotel, encountering a strange supernatural being and a competing group searching for legendary hidden treasure. And the whole thing is, people who have gone to explore this hotel in the past have never been heard from again. So they are taking on the challenge. This comes out in roughly a week, March 20th on video on demand. So Do Not Enter. Looks pretty good. The trailer looks good. So hopefully it's solid.
Nice. Yeah, I'm intrigued by that. I'm going a little bit different for my Scare Preview. I'm doing a book for the first time ever. It's the sequel to one of my favorite books of all time. One of my favorite books is The Only Good Indians by Stephen Graham Jones, and we just got his new book coming up, Off the Reservation, and it is a sequel to that book. Nate is one of the characters that now is showing him 5 years after the events of that book, and not much known about it. I try not to. Once I learned that it was a sequel to that, I kind of didn't read anything else about it because I'm like, I'm already sold. I want to go into this as blind as possible. But it's his new book. He's my favorite author of all time. Like, I love every single thing he's written, and it is coming out October 13th of this year.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Stephen Graham Jones. Yes, yes,
Mhm.
yes. And we
He's
have it
great.
up for pre-order on our website.
Oh,
We're very excited to
nice.
see it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And your
Nice.
website is?
deathbytbrbooks.com.
Perfect.
I'll go pre-order mine there.
Definitely. Are there any horror films coming out that you are looking at, Stephanie?
Yes, there's a lot, but I have one. I will just share one, and it's Undertone. It comes out Friday, March 13th. It's the host of a popular paranormal podcast becomes haunted by terrifying recordings mysteriously sent her way. They're calling it the Blair Witch for the podcast generation. So a little folk horror in there. A little. I really like. I mean, I'm a horror for sound design in anything and scores. So I know it's going to be something very interesting to hear this movie, not only see it. So I'm really excited for that. And yeah, it comes out Friday the 13th.
Which is tomorrow. And speaking of that, because it is Friday the 13th tomorrow, Michael, we're doing something special. We are going to give you a bonus episode of Opening Kill with Friday the 13th, Part 3. We are up to Part 3 in the canon. So that is tomorrow. And then next Thursday, just in time for St. Patrick's Day, it'll be a little bit late, but that's okay. It is 1993's Leprechaun, and joining us all the way from Ireland, we will have the Graveyard Club podcast going over this movie. Cannot wait for that.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. I'm glad that we got a guy from Ireland to be in on that episode. So that's going to be fun.
That's going to be wild. All right, Stephanie
I know
Rose.
what I'm doing for St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, right. Stephanie Rose, thank you so much for dropping in and hanging out with us on Opening Kill. Always such a pleasure to have you with us.
Thank you so much for having
thank
me
you.
again. It was so much fun.
So please subscribe to us. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Tell all your friends about us. And yeah, I got a lot of stuff going on our social pages. So make sure you check that out and follow us and comment and all that good stuff. Plus, we have a video version of this thing too.
Yeah, you can check that out on YouTube as well. So if you like your podcast visual, hey, we got you covered now. And also, if you want to email the show, you have a recommendation of a movie you want us to cover, openingkillpod@gmail.com.
All right. We will see you next time on Opening Kill.
Opening Kill is produced by Mystic Cloud Productions and hosted by Brian O'Connor and Michael Duran. New episodes drop every Thursday wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. And don't forget, you can watch the video versions on YouTube. See you next time, if you survive.